How's it going, everyone? Today I'm going to go over every game that I've played in 2023. Obviously, we were blessed in February with the PSVR2, which has brought a whole lot of new people in with a whole new library of games, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I just wanted to go through them because some of these games, I might feature them at a certain point, but I probably carry on playing them afterwards. And yeah, I just wanted to catch up and let you guys know what I'm playing and what I think of these games. So here we have my wonderful tier list. This isn't going to be in any particular order. I'm just going to pick the game and let you know what I think of it and how it's going. And obviously, let me know down in the comments if you've bought these games and what you think of them down below. Also, I've just got back from seeing John Wick 4 and it's absolutely amazing. Okay, so first up is Survival Nation. Now, I haven't kept up with the update to this game. I played it once for the channel just to show it. Then I played it on a co-op and it was really, really good. It is only available on, I think, PCVR, and it might be coming to Pico as well, or it was out on Pico first of all. But I would give that game an A. It's actually a very good game. It's got some little indie bits in here with the combat. It's not quite as fully fleshed out as you'd expect. And if you've got PCVR or a Pico 4, check out Survival Nation, or alternatively check out the videos on the channel because each one of these is going to have a link in the description. Let's move on to Kayak VR Mirage, the one that shows you the mirror in the PSVR2 headset but also looks amazing, which also people are like, this guy talks rubbish. There's no way Kayak VR Mirage looks as good as a 3080 Ti PC. It looks incredible on PSVR2. Sure, they are using reprojection for 120 frames in the levels. I don't think they're using it in the pool area. Kayak VR is a great example of VR experiences. You know, there's not much of a game there really, and I've had a few people say to me, you know, what do you do after you just boat around? But it's the amazement of doing that. You know, it's an incredible experience. The Light Brigade has had a fantastic start on Quest and PCVR, but a rocky one on PSVR2, and I am playing it a lot more because of the PSVR2. As I've said before, same as I love my Quest, you just literally like plug and play. You know, you just put the headset on, you're having fun. Now it features the native 90 Hz update. I'm absolutely loving this game. I think anyone who enjoys first-person shooters and roguelikes definitely needs to check it out. It's going S tier, baby. Now, Tetris Effect, I've made videos on this game in the past. I play this game a lot. Like, if you friended me on PlayStation, you'll actually see me playing this quite often. It's going to go S, and I know the price of it is really... I'm going to move it around for a second. The price of it is really quite high for Tetris. I get it. It's Tetris. You've been playing it probably for the last 20, 30 years of your life or more. But Tetris Effect is an incredible experience. If you like Tetris, get it. Again, we've been blessed that the best version of Resident Evil is now in VR, and that can be said again for Resident Evil 8. I'm currently playing Resident Evil 4 as well, and I know some people ask me to stream it, but I just don't want to bring like flat games to the channel. I don't think many people will watch, but this VR mode is superb, and I've got very, very high hopes for Resident Evil 4, and that is going in an S tier. Pavlov at the moment is my favourite game to stream, especially with you guys. People just jump in so quick. It's like that notification bell, man, must be on for people who want to play first-person shooters with me, and I feel very blessed for that. Some people are moaning that Pavlov's suddenly getting a re-emergence because it's been on PC for years. It's been on Quest as Pavlov's Shack for at least a couple of years. There's just nothing else like it on PSVR2, and it plays so damn good and it looks so good. I find it very hard to explain how much I enjoy the haptics. I think that's what really makes it for me. Suddenly I feel like I'm really more part of the game. The extra FOV of PSVR2, that is going to go in the S tier. Thumper was one of the first games I got on the original PSVR, and now picking it up on PSVR2, it really doesn't disappoint. I don't think it's a game for everyone. Some people will find maybe the repetition of the gameplay a little bit boring, because it is just like you're this beetle going down a slide and you've got to do certain movements at certain times. If you like that style of game where muscle memory is key, and it has got really good visuals, I think Thumper's for you, but I'm going to put this in a B tier. That's not disrespecting the game. I think a B tier for this is about right. Star Wars, again, really enjoyed it on Quest, much to a lot of people's surprise. On PSVR2, man, it completely rocks. The haptics are fantastic. The visuals are excellent. I think if you're a Star Wars fan, get it. I had a great time. I was only meaning to jump in for a little while to make a gameplay video. I ended up completing the whole game and making a review video instead. It's going S tier. Ghost of Tabor, really enjoy the game, and in my last video I had some people kick back and say, why didn't you add the problems? The reason I didn't add the problems to the video is it's an alpha. Yeah, it was an open alpha. Alpha is, I mean, most players don't really play alphas. You know, that's closed testing and stuff. It comes to betas, that's when people normally get involved. So when there's problems with games at alpha level, I'm not going to moan about it because this game's got so much promise. Where to put it is pretty difficult. I can't really put it in an S tier at the moment because there is a lot of problems. All I can probably do is put it in an A tier, and the reason is when everything is set up right and you're out there in the field and it's you against one other person, or maybe 2 of you or 3 of you on a team against some others doing them raids, it's brilliant. So I'm going to put that in A tier. Here we go, Grid Legends, the ugliest, best racing game on the Quest. Developers have recently dropped an update to improve the resolution and stuff. Underneath that exterior is a really good racing game. If you've got a Quest and you're looking for a racing game, there isn't many racing games, like you haven't really got much of a choice, but this is a good choice. That's what I'm trying to say. This is a really good choice. As a Quest owner, I would recommend this game, and I'm going to put it in an A tier. Next up, we have Demeo. I think this game is absolutely fantastic. If you're a fan of board games and playing board games with your friends in Dungeons and Dragons style, this is one of the best games in VR. It really is, and it's gonna stay in S tier. Next up, we have Retribution. What a rocky start it had on Quest 2, and I think I know why. I think games look better when they're made for Quest and then improved. It definitely got better down the line, but now I've played it on like PSVR2. This game is well up in the S tier. The next live stream we're going to be taking on the man himself with the grenade launcher. Can't wait for that. Galaxy Karts. Well, only featured that like 2 days ago. Go and watch the video if you want to know my opinions, but unfortunately, like, no game should release with 4 tracks. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So if you want to know my whole opinions on it before you hate on me for not liking it, click on the link in the description, go and have a look at the video. I'll leave my full thoughts about it. I also leave my full thoughts on the fact that it's a sign that I think we need to be a little bit worried about the quality of the games coming to PSVR 2. Next up is Ghost Signal. Now, Quest games have been very slow lately. The releases have been light. There's nothing really to talk about on Quest currently, which is a real shame. But Ghost Signal from Fast Travel Games is amazing. It's my favourite sci-fi roguelike I've ever played. I love it. I've put hours into this game, especially if you're a fan of Returnal. And I don't mean that in the sense of the really high intensity gameplay, as in like muscle memory and stuff and quick motion. It's not like that. This is very calculated. But the fact when you die and then go back to the beginning, and you keep certain things and you come across yourself when you're dead elsewhere. I love the gameplay loop. The gameplay loop is really addictive. If you've got a Quest, I would highly recommend picking up Ghost Signal. So how are we looking? We got a lot in S. I need to be a little bit more critical because I'm a big fan of a lot of the games coming up, but not necessarily a fan of this one. Next up, we have Peaky Blinders. My review, I think I gave it like a 6 out of 10. It looks really good, but for me personally, 2 hours is just not enough to justify a game like that. The combat was very poor. Very scripted. It's going to go in C. No Man's Sky still carrying on with the PSVR blurred, but that didn't stop me getting into this game. Now I'm going to put this in a B currently, because I think visually it's going to put people off. I really hope developers take the time to invest in what PSVR 2 is capable of and make this game look as good as it should do. Res was one of my favourite games back on Dreamcast, and playing it with eye tracking on PSVR 2 is absolutely amazing. So I'm going to put this in the B tier. Now, B tier for me are games that I recommend you play. They're just like, don't run out and grab them. Next up, we have Primal Hunt. Now, again, if you're a Quest owner, definitely check out Primal Hunt. Reviews in the description. From the makers of the Turok series on the N64. It's a really great game. I hope it comes to other platforms. Basically, run around trapping dinosaurs in a virtual hunting environment. It's really, really cool. I'm going to put this in an A tier. Why not in an S tier? Because I just don't think it's elite. You know, I think it's very good, but I don't think it's like a must-have game. Windlands 2 also come out on Quest 2. So how many Quest 2 games have we got up here? 3 or 4, which is nice to see. Windlands 2 in multiplayer is a wonderful experience. It really is. I'm going to stick this in an A category. When 4 of you are fighting one like mechanized boss and you get that swinging right and with the bows and arrows, it's a very cool game. I would love that to come to PSVR 2. Next up, we have the legendary Gran Turismo, which some people have bought the PSVR 2 for just for this game. gotta go S tier. It's an amazing experience, it really is, and I can understand why some people still, after over a month of PSVR2 being out, are still just playing Gran Turismo. And also, it's also on sale quite regularly on PSN, so that's going in S tier. Fantavision, I haven't made a video on it because I haven't completed it. I loved it on PS2. I'm not too sure on it on PSVR. The more I play it, the more I'm not exactly wowed by it, but it is good fun, and it does definitely remind me of the old one, but I'm going to put it in a B tier. Tales of Onogoro. Unfortunately, I meant to make a review video and a full playthrough of this game, and I deleted all my footage. What a wonderful game. It's not going to be for everyone. It's like a puzzle game, and I love puzzle games. Really great art style, and there's a physical edition coming for PSVR 2. I'm going to put this in a B tier. Next up is Horizon Call of the Mountain, and I think Horizon has proved itself worthy of being a launch title because it really does show what the PSVR 2 is capable of. Wonderful graphics. Some people think it's one of the best games of VR they've ever played, which is amazing. And it's got the boat ride, which is pretty cool for being able to show off the PSVR 2, which is something we don't have. We haven't got a PlayStation VR Worlds. We haven't got a demo disc, which is a real shame. So, and that's where something like Kayak VR comes in again, because you can sit someone in VR and go, look at this, you know, and they're not being shot, and they're not being chased, and they're not being scared. So yeah, Horizon for me is S tier. Switchback is at the moment probably the Marmite of VR games, because I think Rush of Blood set the bar really, really high. Plus, Switchback has had a bit of a rocky reception with low bar visuals. Now, me personally, I think their visuals are fine. They're not as clear as they should be. I know that. I actually really like this game. In my review, as I said, it's a good game, but they need to get rid of the reprojection at 120, I think. That's probably one of the big problems with this game. The haptics are great. When you're not in the very long sections of nothing going on, it's really good. But I do think Rush of Blood is a better game, and I'm going to put this in the B tier for now. And I hope when I revisit this tier list in a little while, they've made some updates and we can push it to the A. Zombieland Headshot Fever is a game I personally love because I love arcade shooters. Games with scoreboards and accuracy meters and stuff I absolutely love, as this game rewards accuracy with taking away time, and it's really addictive. And on the PSVR 2, it's absolutely incredible. I really hope they update the Steam version to look like this. I would put Zombieland Headshot Fever as an A tier game now. It doesn't do anything wrong. I think anyone who plays that game will suddenly get addicted to it. So there we have it. There is the tier list. I feel really bad for Galaxy Kart, man. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. There are some others I covered. I did Legend of Zelda in first person, which was really cool. The NES version, that is. I also did Duke Nukem from Team Beef. Really cool. But thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for getting this channel to 45k. It's absolutely crazy. It's been a really cool journey, and I can't wait to do more. So thank you ever so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you in the next video.